Do you ever wonder why we wear seatbelts when driving or riding a vehicle?
I wonder the same thing too. Let's find the answer to this question together in this video. Well, car seatbelts are there to keep us safe in an accident.
It acts as an external force to keep our body intact when our vehicle collides with any external object. In this case, the upper part of our body, which is in the state of motion, tries to move forward due to the inertia of motion.
But the seatbelt comes into our rescue and cancels the effect of inertia.
Now, the question is, what is inertia?
Inertia is the quality in matter that lets it stay still if it is still, or keeps it moving with the same speed in the same direction until an external force acts on it.
There are three different types of inertia, namely, inertia of rest, inertia of motion, and inertia of direction. In our first experiment, we will need a dusty rug.
Observed that the dust particles came out after beating the rug. This is an example of inertia of rest in which an object stays where it is placed and it will stay there until you or something else moves it. In our next experiment, we'll need a spoon, a glass of water, and a coffee. Let's start by making a coffee.
Notice that after we swirl the glass of coffee, the coffee does not stop swirling immediately and it continues swirling for some time. This is an example of inertia of motion where an object will continue at the same speed until a force acts on it. In our next experiment, we will need a rock.
After throwing a rock straight up, observe that it did not vary from its direction.
This is an example of inertia of direction in which an object will stay moving in the same direction unless a force acts on it.
After doing all the experiments, we can conclude that inertia plays a big role in our daily lives.
It is indeed very surprising to know how much we notice moments of inertia in our lives.
For example, we can relate inertia in our current situation, which is the pandemic.
We can consider the COVID-19 as an external force that has acted on two objects, consumers and the government.
In the past, changes in our lives were constant. We can think of this as inertia.
However, the pandemic continued longer than most people expected. Because of this, each of us needed to adjust our lives.
Hence, we can think of the pandemic as an external force that changed the speed and direction of our lives.
My name is Dimple R. Matutino.
And my name is Merchant Faith Ibantang.
And we are from Grade 8 Mendal STE. Always remember that inertia is a tendency of an object to remain at rest
Or to remain in motion unless acted upon by an unbalanced force.